You're in Braves country.
Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks, changing speeds east and west, a gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright, the father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play, Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones, Andrew let her fly, and his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts, a plenty from Strider, the quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez, Javi to B-Mac, Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog, he won 355, could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P's still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking, the top pitcher's lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy, the big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler, Matzik and the gift. of 2021 the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren, Skip Carey 2, Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren, Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Ramalama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to Eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the Great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves Country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee. evening, Braves country. We got a short one tonight. Hell, I don't know what to tell you anymore. This has been a disaster. Still never going to give up on my Braves. That's just not built in me. But this has just been an utter disaster. You know, right when you think that we might be cracking through last night, the offense. What did I hear today? Was it they're 1 for 32? 1 for 32 with runners in scoring position since the season has begun. 1 for 32. I mean, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? 1 for 30. I mean, I feel like you could send one of my puppies up to bat with some kind of a stick and they'd find a way to get on more than 1 for 32. So, bunch of news, by the way, around Major League Baseball. There was some extensions today. Jackson Merrill got extended by the San Diego Padres, and we saw how good he was. He just got a 9-year extension. A guy by the name of we haven't seen yet, but his name's Christian Campbell, infielder for the Red Sox. He got an 8-year extension. He's a kid in his own right. He's a rookie, brand new rookie, just came up, and they've seen enough where they want to give him an 8-year extension. We've seen Anthopoulos do the same thing. And there was another one that just broke, and it's slipping my mind because I don't have it down on my Ketel Marte. Ketel Marte got a 6-year extension as well. So that has nothing to do with the Atlanta Braves, but it is baseball related. And tonight we've got Bryce Elder on the mound. You'll notice here in a second when we do the lineups, maybe, I don't know how well you can actually see it on the actual screen. I get a very poor view of what we can see on the screen, but we got a couple of big changes in the lineups. Mainly it's because we've got a lefty on the mound, so this isn't like groundbreaking, like all of a sudden they've benched a bunch of guys. It really just comes down to the fact that we are trying to find a way to scrape some runs across, and you might get some substitutions midway through the game. Snell, a nasty left-hander, won the Cy Young a couple of years ago. And one thing you'll see with Snell, he will not give in. Kind of reminds you, he's a harder throwing version of what Tom Glavine was, meaning left-hander that is willing to walk the hell out of you so he doesn't give up a bunch of runs. And the Braves have to be very, very choosy in the pitches that they swing, because when it's all said and done, he will walk the hell out of you. He had 4 walks his first time out, only struck out, 2, I think. And he's okay with that because his bottom line is he doesn't want to give up runs. And so with that being said, that's what we're going up against tonight. Real quick, we'll do the pick to click real quick.
Can you predict what will come in 100 years, or in 10, or in the next minute? Some people think they can. Nuclear scientists, mathematicians, astronomers, biologists. Because they see beyond the known dimensions of time and space.
All right, pick to click. We are going to go with Marcell Ozuna. He's 2 for 6 lifetime against Snell. He does have a home run. And he's at the top of the order. He's batting second tonight. Biggest difference you'll see is that Michael Harris is out of the lineup. I think they're just trying to give him a night off to any guys that they can spare to basically he has horrible numbers against Snell anyways, and everybody's hitting not worth a damn yet. I do think they're going to come out of it. Whether it's tonight or not remains to be seen. But you've got Ozzy at the top leading off. You've got Ozuna, and then Riley's back to hitting third. Olsen batting fourth. I like this mix, whether it's righty or lefty, to be honest with you. Now, they might want to change the leadoff guy. But then the big difference here is at the bottom of the order is going to be very, very barren. You're talking about De La Cruz, Allen, Fairchild, Trump, and Eli White. Going to have to scratch out some runs. top of the order kind of needs to do their job to if some of these guys in the lower part of the lineup get on, they got to find a way to get them in. All right, pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves coming up next. Get ready for the lineup, y'all.
Like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Armor Cokes.
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the pump. Really? This is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win. And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's inside. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Green. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Forrest, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture, our national anthem.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose white stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Play ball!
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Down a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live as the Braves are on the road. We're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing second base for your Atlanta Braves, it's Ozzie Albies. 1 home run, 3 RBI, a 136 average, 481 OPS. Batting second, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. 2 RBI, a 214 clip, 756 OPS. Batting third, playing third, Austin Riley. 1 home run, 1 RBI, 091 average, 440 OPS. Batting cleanup, your first baseman, Matt Olson. 167 on the year and a 653 OPS. Batting fifth and in left field, Brian De La Cruz. He's yet to get a hit this year and a 125 OPS. Batting sixth, Nick Allen, the shortstop. He's batting 286 and a 572 OPS with 1 stolen base. Batting seventh and in right field, his Atlanta Braves debut, it's Stu Fairchild. He does not have an at-bat in 2025. Batting eighth and behind home plate, it's Chadwick Tromp. Tromp 2025 is hitless and a 0.00 OPS. Batting ninth and patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Eli White. He has 1 stolen base, no hits on the 2025 campaign. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Bryce Elder. In 2024, he had a 6.52 ERA, a 1.63 whip, 20% strikeout rate, walking 7.5% of the time. He'll be going head-to-head with Blake Snell. Snell is 1-0 with a 3.6 ERA. The 2023 National League Cy Young winner has a 1.80 whip, 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 strikeouts, 4 walks in his first start. Backing up Blake Snell in the bottom of the first inning. The designated hitter for the Dodgers, it's Shohei Ohtani. 2 home runs, 2 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .280. Batting second, playing short, Mookie Betts. 3 home runs, 6 RBI, a .375 clip, 1382 OPS. Teoscar Hernandez batting third and playing right, 2 home runs, 8 RBI, a .231 average, and an .810 OPS. Michael Conforto is batting cleanup and playing left field. He has 3 RBI, a .294 average, 929 OPS. Batting fifth and behind home plate, it's Will Smith. 1 home run, 5 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .471. Tommy Edman, batting sixth, playing second. 3 home runs, 5 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .250. Batting seventh and playing third, Max Muncy back in the lineup. He has an .095 average and a .351 OPS. Kike Hernandez is batting eighth and playing first. 2 home runs, 4 RBI, 133 average, and a .658 OPS. And patrolling center field for the Dodgers, it's Andy Paez. He's batting ninth with a 136 average and a .451 OPS. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Tony Randazzo. Your first base umpire, Clint Vondrick. Second base will be manned by Dan Bellino, and down the third base line, it's Phil Cousy. Game time temperatures tonight are expected to be around 63 degrees, with the wind blowing out to right field at 20 miles an hour. Our pick to click tonight, we'll take Marcell Ozuna. He's 2 for 6 lifetime with a home run and an RBI versus Blake Snell. We'll take the Braves to win this one. You got to figure we're going to need some runs. Bryce Elder on the bump. So give me the Braves to somehow knock around Blake Snell. Braves 6, Dodgers 4. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah! Roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves Country. Good to see you. Coondog, Hellion, John. Who else do we have in here? Brian, B.A., Tim, good to see you. Jillian. Israel. Edward Spry. Robert. World Drummer. Sean. G'day, mate. Charles Fritz. Nathaniel Brooks. Lisa. I'm assuming the GOAT and James are in here somewhere. Justin, I have to go backwards now. My screen reset itself and it loses everything, so I have to go back through the original application. Gary the Real McCoy. There's James. If I miss you, holler out. We'll get you at the end. We'll scroll to the bottom. Anthony's in here. Good to see you. Ninja Squirrel, excuse me. I think that's everybody. We'll get back down to the bottom now as we get set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. All right, let's take a real quick break, and we'll be back in a flash for first pitch. Bryce Elder Day. Woohoo! Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
adventures in time and space.
We offer you
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Good to see you, Ricardo. Lucy, he's home. I saw a comment about John. I'm pretty sure I saw John in here. There he is. Good to see you, John. There was one that I missed. Navaya. Yeah, Navai, we have to wait for the game to start before the 3D begins. this is your first time in. If you're looking for actual game, you're in the wrong decade. They don't allow that on YouTube. So, you're bumming. But if you haven't seen the 3D before, it's pretty lifelike. It's the same thing that you see on the field. Chris, good to see you. Ryan, Ocean View, Harlan, Kelly. We are just about set. Dodgers will be wearing their classic home whites. The palm trees are blowing in the breeze here at Dodger Stadium. Bryce Elder will be warming up in the pen, getting ready for his chance. It's going to be interesting to see what Bryce Elder brings tonight. I tried to change all of our luck tonight. So today when I got home from work, I changed around my studio, the way I've configured everything. I remember us going on a run a couple of years ago, and I went back to that. Anything to change the mojo, is the Braves will be wearing those the navy tops with the red pipes going down the center of the jersey. I saw what's his name, ex-Brave, pretty much played everywhere, Mark DeRosa, go on a rant today saying get rid of him, the red piping on the jersey. So if you remember when we played really well a few years back, it was the same look basically, but it was gray piping. So blue tops, gray pants, red numbers, outlined in white, and here we go. Yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way to Blake Snell to Ozzie Albies. Swung on and chopped foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1 kicks and fires. 94 outside wide, 1-1. Dodgers wearing their classic whites with the Dodgers across the chest in Dodger blue. Blue ball caps interlocking white LA. The 1-1. 94 misses high. 2-1. If we're going to be facing Blake Snell, who loves to dance around the zone, I just hope we get an honest strike zone tonight. The 2-1 pitch. Swing. Barrels it up, but drills it right over to Mookie Betts. Betts playing over it short. Hits the 6-3 put out. Away. There we go. Now it's coming into focus. Usually takes about, it's a lot faster than it was last year. If y'all remember last year, we had to wait till the actual middle of the first inning usually before it would kick on. And I usually had to reload the screen. So they've definitely made some improvements. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna is 94 miles an hour. Right there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1 kicks and fires. 94. Just misses outside. Fastball. 1. So a 1-1 count. Lefty, righty Ozuna, 2 for 6 lifetime against Snell. The pitch. 95 right there at the knees. 1-2. Brings it. Down and in. 87 mile an hour changeup, 2-2. 2-2 count. Pitch on the way, outside wide, 3-2. He does not mind nibbling, which, and if you're looking for I understand that he won this Cy Young a couple years ago, but if you're looking for a plus, if you are willing to take the pitches, is 3-2. Chops it foul down the third base dugout. into the dugout. You can usually get him out of the game by about the 5th inning if you are patient. If you try to go early ambush, he's going to eat you alive. The payoff pitch from Snell. Southpaw brings it. In the dirt, ball 4. So the Big Bear will head on down to first, and your Atlanta Braves have 1 on, 1 out. Austin Riley batting 3rd tonight. They moved him up a little bit. So good at bat by Ozuna, and that's what, when Ozzie Albies, his first at bat, is the first pitch on the way to Austin Riley is inside. It's 1-0. He got Ozzie to chase that ball that he grounded over to short, and that is Snell's game, the 1-0. 95, just misses high. 2-0. 2-0 count. The 2-0 from Snell. Swing! That ball's lifted high and deep into left field, but he just got underneath it, curved it towards the left field corner. Making the catch is Conforto just before the warning track to away. Put a good swing on it, but just mistimed it. Snell, by the way, is getting snippy with home plate umpire Tony Randazzo. He didn't like the pitch called for a ball 2 pitches ago. First pitch on the way to Olsen is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. You just hope that there was a emphasis pregame about the fact that Snell loves to nibble as he looks over to Ozuna at first. 1-0. Swing. Slaps it back foul. 1-1. I know they typically don't like to tell the batters what to do and whatnot, but if you first pitch swing on Snell, he'll normally have a field day on you. The 1-1, outside wide, 2-1. And hopefully, after he went off on Randazzo, home plate umpire, hopefully he's made an enemy for tonight. We could use some luck. We could use anything that could bring us a W. Two-1 count. Pitch high and out of the zone. Curveball misses. 3-1. Standing on deck is Brian De La Cruz. So you have a much shorter lineup tonight. You can make the argument that you get into the bottom half of the lineup for the Braves at the 5th spot. 3-1 pitch. In the dirt, ball 4. And he'll head on down to first. So far, so good. And if De La Cruz, even if he doesn't get a base hit here, he can eat some pitches. Blake Snell's at 19 pitches right now. They spent $184 million on this guy in the offseason. They are not going to let him wear himself out in week 1 in which the Dodgers are undefeated. You might be able to knock him out of the game. But guys like De La Cruz and the rest of the folks in the batting order have got to be very, very patient. First pitch on the way to De La Cruz is a curveball up top for a strike. It's 0-1. It's definitely a pitch he was trying to get him to swing around on and pop it up. Ozuna at second. Olsen at first. Lefty, righty. The 0-1 pitch. 95 at the knees. He's got that pitch working, that's for sure. 0-2. He's peppered the bottom of the zone. Consistently here in the first inning. The 0-2. Swing, chops it over towards third. Should be an easy play by Muncy, but that's a That's an easier said than done. Muncie will throw that ball away. Does he roll into the dugout? Ozuna will score. I think the ball may have stayed. It did stay in play, I believe. And your Atlanta Braves have put one on the board. It's 1-0 Atlanta. Bad throw by Muncie. We've talked about this before with Muncie. He's not a good defensive third baseman. But they have lived with it because he's got a pretty darn good bat. First pitch on the way to Nick Allen is a 94-mile-an-hour fastball right there, first strike it's on. So it should be an unearned run there. But we'll take it any way we can get it. Braves 1, Dodgers nothing. Still no hits by the Braves, but they have scored. Rule 1 outside wide, 1 run. And honestly, even though we don't have some of our bigger names in the lineup, I don't hate this lineup against lefties. I know Nick Allen is kind of high in the lineup, batting 6th with a little pop, but he will eat some pitches. The 1-1 swung on, chops it foul, 1-2. Due up after Nick is Fairchild, Stuart Fairchild, the kid that came over from the Cincinnati Reds a couple of days ago. Braves made a trade for a reliever last night for cash consideration. Nothing to get excited about. From the Angels. Just more of depth in the minor leagues. The 1-2. Swing. Rips it into left field. That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. 1 run will score. It's 2-0 your Atlanta Braves. Coming around and flying home. The throw is in time. De La Cruz is dead meat, and that'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put 2 on the board. Let's get Bryce Elder going here in Braves country. This date in 1969, Don Cledendon refuses to report to his new team when traded to the Houston Astros. The Expos re-sign the reluctant first baseman. Montreal instead will send Jack Billingham, Skip Gwynn, and $100,000 cash to the Astros to complete the deal that brings Rusty Staub north of the border. On this date in 1972, Hank Aaron, Rico Cardi, and Orlando Cepeda start in an exhibition game marking the first time the trio, who were sidelined with various injuries over the past 2 seasons, have appeared together in the Braves lineup since 1970. Atlanta will finish in 4th place, posting a disappointing 70-84 record in the National League West. And on this date in 1984, for the first time in 10 years, the New York Mets lose on opening day as the Cincinnati Reds beat them 8-1. The last time the team dropped a season opener was back in 1974 when Michael Jack Schmidt hit a 2-run walk-off home run against Tug McGraw, giving the Phillies a 5-4 victory in Veterans Stadium. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. Welcome back. De La Cruz was gunned down to end the inning. I don't hate that. I'll tell you what, we've gotten all over Tuiasa Sopo so many times for holding the runners when he had a chance to send them. I'm not going to get on to him. I mean, it took a perfect exchange. There's a good throw from the outfield and a great tag by Will Smith, but the Braves do lead it 2-0. First pitch on the way from Bryce Elder is right there for a strike, sinker on the outer edge. It's all on. Righty-lefty matchup. Shohei Ohtani, the batter. The 0-1. Kicks and fires, chops it. 0-2. There's been a mixed bag of tricks when it comes to Elder in an outing down on the farm recently. And he had a couple of balls that were really hard hit. He also looked like he improved his slider. The 0-2 swing, slaps it back foul, will do it again. And his fastball seemed to have more life. He was averaging about 1.5 miles to 2 miles an hour over what he normally averages on that fastball. The 0-2 to Ohtani, swing, chops it over towards first. Olson's got it, flips it. Kind of a difficult play by Elder, but he makes a nice snag, tags the bag. What a way. One down. Braves would love to get 4, maybe 5 innings out of Elder. Remember, day off tomorrow. Haven't used the back of the bullpen much. They should be ready to roll. First pitch on the way to Mookie Betts is a nasty sinker on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Bryce Elder is probably going to be leaned on for a while, but I know a lot of folks don't want to hear that. But Ronaldo Lopez got terrible news. He's going under the knife for surgery as the 0-1 outside wide 1-1. They still have not figured out the length of his absence. It could just be a couple of months. Is the 1-1 in the dirt? 2-1. Before that news was put out there, I got to thinking about this because this is the third time he's been on the IL since last summer. I think July is when it was. The 2-1 pitch, swung on, chops it back up the middle, backhanded by Ozzie. Ozzie's got it, flips it over to first. 4-3 in your scorecard, 2 down. And the gist of what I was going to say there was, if he can come back this year, and hopefully he can, I don't think it's a terrible idea to put him in that bullpen that we are just absolutely floundering with. If you can get Strider back, and assuming health with all the other guys, you're talking about Schwellenbach and Sale. The first pitch on the way to Hernandez, swinging a missed strike, it's all wrong. If you can get him back out there, just back to the bullpen, towards the back of the bullpen, you can really fortify that by the end of the year and go out and get maybe 1, even 2 journeyman type starters to get you into the playoffs. 1-1 misses. The 0-1 misses, 1-1. Teoscar Hernandez, the batter, the pitch, 93, just misses outside. He's calling us a very tight zone so far tonight. But once again, I think that could benefit the Braves if they're patient against Snell. The 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. 2-2 count. Hernandez hit 33 home runs last year, Signed a new contract with the Dodgers in the offseason. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The Elder, respect your elders. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Say something that is controversial but shouldn't be.
Lettuce is essentially useless. It's not the best part of anything it's involved in. No one's ever had a Big Mac and thought, that's some good shredded iceberg.
There are many times I believe the Baseball Writers Association got it wrong when it comes to the Hall of Fame, but this might be the worst. Jolton Joe DiMaggio, one of the most historic Yankees of all time, didn't make the Hall of Fame until his 4th year on the ballot. Even more mind-boggling is the fact that in 2 of those years, he received less than half of the vote. Without question, he is a first ballot Hall of Famer. The fact that he wasn't is just plain wrong. In his 13-year career, he never missed an All-Star game. His 3 MVP awards are second only to Barry Bonds. In case you haven't heard, he holds one of baseball's most unbreakable records, a 56-game hitting streak. He hit 300 or better in 11 of his 13 seasons. His .325 career batting average ranks 48th all time. At no point in his career did he finish with single digits in home runs. He ended his career with 431 more walks than he had strikeouts. Or how about the fact he only struck out 8 more times than he homered in his career? How could you not put in someone who averaged 107 runs, 28 home runs, 118 RBIs, and 304 total bases over his career?
Did I my pants today? And if the answer is no, you're doing all right.
Roger just put his head down. He didn't jump in the air. He didn't wave his hands. He played it like all the other home runs he had hit in that season.
A standing ovation for Roger Maris. They are standing and asking Roger to come out. Come out, how about it?
So people kept clapping. The guys trying to push me out of the dugout, and I was embarrassed to go out there, you know. Really, I was embarrassed to go out there.
Meanwhile, Mantle could only watch his teammate on television from the hospital.
I would like to say that I think that's the greatest single feat I've ever seen in my life when he hit those 61 home runs.
Welcome back. Might have to refresh your screen. We do have the elder emoji in there. Respect your elder emoji. Got to load that in time. Stuart Fairchild will be the leadoff batter. Fairchild coming over from the Reds. He'll drop a bunt down. It's going to be a good play by Muncy. No, once again, he throws that one wide. And your Atlanta Braves are taking advantage of Max Muncy over there playing third base. How about them apples? New Fairchild had some speed. He's in right field, but he can play all over the outfield. So we'll set that up for the action cam to see maybe he might be going. He would have been out on a good throw. Chadwick Tromp, the batter, first pitch on the way, 95, just below the knees, called for a strike. It's on one. The 0-1, lefty righty pitch on the way, swing. Ball gets away. I believe he got a piece of it. Fairchild was heading down towards second, heads up base running just in case. Well, they're saying he got a piece of it on the replay. It's questionable, but nonetheless, that's the call. It doesn't look like the Braves are going to challenge it. It went off his knee, and that's what shot the ball foul towards the first base dugout. The 0-2 in the dart. The ball gets away, and Fairchild, he's going to head on down to second base. How about that? I think that's just good old-fashioned karma. Blake Snell has been known to have his fair share of wild pitches because he throws so many benders. The 1-2's chopped foul. Do it again. Fairchild at second. Nobody out. Chadwick Tromp trying to find a way to move him over or move him in. 1-2. Check swing. Rattles it towards the first base dugout. One-two count. Here's the pitch. Down and away, 2-2. Blake Snell, by the way, not for nothing, he's at 33 pitches so far. Defense is back into the left. Fairchild, normal lead at second. Here's the 2-2. Down and in. 3-2. Tried to get him to chase that four-seam fastball. He's been dotting it pretty well at the bottom of the zone, but missed it by a few inches. Full count. Payoff pitch. Down below the knees, ball four. No, they're going to call that a strike. That's a low strike. One away. Pitch probably missed the zone, but at the same token, if you're Trump, you've got to take a swing at that and try to bang it over towards first, because you'll easily move Fairchild into scoring position. 1 on, 1 out, and the Book of Eli comes to the plate. Lefty, righty. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Curveball. A little bit out of the zone, it's 0-1. Eli White did hit a home run last year. Had a .282 average and limited playing time, the 0-1. Curveball down and in, 1-1. Ozzie Albies is on deck. That'll flip the lineup over. The 1-1. Brings it. Push bunt up to the first base side, and Eli White will easily work his way on down to first, and the Book of Eli books it to first. We've got runners on the corners, speed all over the base paths. 1 away for the Wiz. I like it. Little small ball to get the ball rolling. Braves doing anything and everything they can do to try to get off the schneid. Wind's blowing out to right field, by the way, 20 miles an hour. So you get one up into the right field corner, you're good to go. But with a lefty on the mound, that's a little easier said than done. Ozzie Albies, open stance from the right side, set to face Snell. First pitch, swing, that ball's lifted into center field. That should be a run, at least one, and the ball goes off the glove of Paez. Stuart Fairchild will score. It's 3-0 your Atlanta Braves. And Ozzie Albies hits an RBI double in your Atlanta Braves. This is what I'm talking about. 3-0. Paez got turned around, had a bad read on it, just went off the top of his glove. Snell's thrown kind of a temper tantrum out the mound. I can't say that's Paez's fault. That was a hard hit ball that, if you're a pitcher, you can't expect any hard hit ball that with that depth to just automatically be caught. They're going out there to talk to Ozzie real quick, and Ozzie took that time to run over and say something to Tuiasa Sopa with a big smile on his face. It's just good to see these guys smiling and grinning. Yeah, Kenneth, I see your comment. The Book of Eli pushed a bunt down. That was after Fairchild worked his way aboard with one. So 3-0 Atlanta. Now the biggest question is going to be, can we hold the lead? Because I said it earlier, the full pin should be available. Four-seam fastball at the top of the zone, letter high. For a ball to Marcell Ozuna, it's 1-0. Kicks and fires. Fastball misses high. 2-0. 2-0 count. Standing on deck is Riley. In the hole as the 2-0 misses down and away, 3-0. In the hole, you've got Matt Olson. Braves 3, Dodgers nothing. The 3-0 just misses outside, ball 4, and the Bear will take his base. That'll load the bases. Here comes the rake. Austin Riley. Snell at 43 pitches. Pryor's going out there to talk to him. Pitching coach for the LA Dodgers. He's making his trip out there. While he does that, let's go ahead and hit the out-of-town scoreboard. Snell at 43 pitches, just 2 innings in. So I'd say some of it is a game plan, some of it is to get him to get his breath. That's the second visit already in this inning. The first one did not have the manager out there, so he doesn't have to pull him yet. But you only get 5 for the game, so we'll keep an eye on that. Scoreboard looks like this. Mets outlast the Marlins 6-5 in extra innings. Phillies are on top of the Rockies 5-1 there in the 8th. Red Sox blanked the Orioles 3-0. Garrett Crochet versus Eflin in that one. Rangers blanked the Reds again 1-0. Back-to-back nights that's happened in Cincinnati. First pitch on the way to Riley is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Finish that up real quick. Cubs pound the A's 10-2. D-backs lead the Yankees 4-0. Midway through the 7th. The 1-0 to Riley. Swing, rattles it foul. Four-seam fastball up top. Brewers beat the Royals 3-2 in extra innings, walk-off. Cardinals 12-5 over the Angels. Twins 6-1 over the White Sox. 1-1. This is high, 2-1 fastball. Padres 5-2 over the Guardians. That's a final. Skubal loses one on the road at the Mariners, and the Giants improved to 5-1, 6-3. The final in Houston. The 2-1 pitch. 95 misses high. 3-1. I took a look at Phil Cousie's umpire card this morning. It is awful, as you can imagine, if you were here last night. The 3-1. Swing, chops it foul just out in front of that one. Four-seam fastball. So a full count to Riley. Bases loaded. Ducks all over the pond. Wind up the pitch. Swing. Pops it up. Over towards first base side. It'll stay in play. Foul territory. Kike Hernandez makes the catch. 2 down. He was jogging off like I think he thought that was the end of the inning. No such luck, no such luck, Kike. Say that 3 times fast. So bases loaded, 2 outs, and Matt Olson will be the batter. Braves lead it 3-0 if you're just joining us. Braves scored 2 in the first, 1 here in the second. The first pitch to Olson, down and away. Slider misses. It's 1-0. Lefty, lefty. Olson walked his first time up. We'll take one of those if we can get it. Anything to scratch some runs out here. If he could drop one down, he would score at least 2. With Ozzie at second, the 1-0. Slider up top, 89 miles an hour, 1-1. We're the late game tonight, though this game's a little earlier than it was yesterday. 8:38 first pitch versus the 10-10s we've seen the last 2 nights. 1-1. 95 just misses. And Snell once again throwing a temper tantrum on the mound, hopping up and down. That's funny, they're actually showing it on the 3D. I just realized it. He's not going to make any friends behind home plate tonight with that. The 2-1. Misses high, 3-1. And if you've ever heard Snell interviewed, he's this is pretty much on brand for his personality. If you've ever heard that clip that we play, is a 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 95 blew it right by him. Man, oh man, if he can tag that one. You ever hear that clip that we play? It's in one of these mixes that we have. This is play for the love of the game. I got to get mine. I got to get paid. That clip That is Blake Snell during the pandemic. So a full count, that's the bad news. The good news is the runners are going to be off to the races. Here's the pitch. Runners go. Swing! 96 miles an hour. Fouls it away. Full count. Snell comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing, rattles that foul into the seats. We're here in the second inning. He has already thrown 56 pitches, so keep an eye on that. And remember, once again, this guy just got signed to a long-term deal by the Dodgers, and they know they're going to make the playoffs, so it'll be interesting to see how long he goes in this game. The payoff pitch. Swing, hits it down into the left field side, going back. That's going to get off the wall. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. It's 5-0 your Atlanta Braves. And Matt Olson gets the 2-out double here to get things really cranking for your Atlanta Braves. How about that? The Ice House.
It's not watered down. This is Ice House.
Ice House.
Smooth as it gets.
5-0 your score. Here's the first pitch to De La Cruz. It was right there at the knees on the outer edge. For a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Runners at second and third. A single should score too. The 0-1 swing. That ball is ripped over to Mookie Betts. A line drive atom ball, or that would have been 2. We'll be back in a flash. Your Atlanta Braves are up 5-0. Oh my word, what a time to be alive.
Tell me you grew up poor without telling me you grew up poor.
For an after-school snack, I'd get to have some ramen noodles. But my mom wouldn't cook them. She just give me the brick. Just a dry brick of ramen. So I'd watch the radio and eat it like a sad Pop-Tart.
Y'all ever see those videos in New York City in like 1912 and everyone's bustling, hurrying around on the street? And I think, damn, they were stressed back then too, man. And now look, they're all gone. And I know that's depressing to think about, but it reminds me of a quote. Every 100 years, there's all new people, baby. Every 100 years, all new people. The people we're on Earth with right now, this is our crew, okay? In the same way you can't pick your family, but you got to get along with them. We can't pick the people we're on Earth with, but we got to get along, man. In the whole grand scheme of the universe, all the time, all the space, the people on Earth right now, this is a tiny little group, man, and we get to be a part of it, man. Man, be kind to your neighbor, man. This is what it's all about.
Welcome back. Just as you had on your bingo card is the first pitch on the way. Is right there for a strike, sinker on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The Braves lineup that's missing Michael Harris that has Bryce Elder on the bump, has a 5-0 lead here in the second inning. The 0-1 misses high, 1-1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Right there for a strike. Changeup 1-2. Conforto, Will Smith, and Tommy Edman are due up. The 1-2 pitch. Swing. Saws it off foul. Thank you for the contribution there, Mr. James. Braves 5, Dodgers nothing. The 1-2. Way outside wide. 2-2. Two count. Swing. Rattles it back foul. Infield is back into the right. The 2-2 misses high, 3-2. Braves have an off day tomorrow, and then we open Truist Park for the 2025 season. Welcome in the Marlins for a 3-game series, 7:15 Friday. First pitch, the 3-2 down and in, ball 4. So Elder quickly walks the first batter he sees here in the second. That's not how you want to start it off. You need a shutdown inning. .7:15 first pitch on Friday. 4:10 on Saturday. Do I have that wrong? Maybe that's a 7:15 as well. First pitch on the way, it swung on and popped up high in the sky. Olson's got it over there in foul territory. Wrong way. One down. Yeah, I've got that mixed up. The Braves are playing at 7:15 on Saturday. And then it is a day game on Sunday, 1:35 first pitch, and then we are off on Monday before the Phillies come and knock it. It's the following Saturday that we have an afternoon till. First pitch on the way to Edman is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Right there for a strike. Sinker at the knees. 1-1. Double play could get us out of this one. Runner at first. Edman does have good speed as well as Conforto, so it wouldn't be an easy one to turn. The 1-1. Sinker misses down and in. 2-1. (2-1) Elder, his 26th pitch, 86 up top. That hit the zone, but once again, home plate umpire Randazzo has had a very tight zone tonight. The 3-1 pitch. Swing! That ball's belted into center field. Will it stay? It's gone. Tommy Edman pounds one over the center field wall, and it cuts the lead to 5-2. Does the sachet across the diamond, touches home plate. Elder once again giving up those home run balls. That's been one of his biggest bugaboos the last couple of seasons. Remember, he was in the All-Star game in 2023. After the All-Star game in 23, he never seems to have been the same. I think it's just a simple fact that the league caught up to him. First pitch on the way is a sinker down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Braves 5, Dodgers 2. The 1-0. Swing, rips it over to second. Ozzy's got it. He'll flip it over to Olsen. Hustling down the line was Muncy. No avail, 2 away. Two down. TK Hernandez, the batter. Righty. He's the number 8 hitter. Paez stands on deck. Ohtani in the hole. First pitch on the way is a sinker inside at the knees. It's a home run. Braves 5, Dodgers 2, but we know this Dodger offense, and with Elder on the mound, that lead is not safe. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Might have got a piece of it, but nonetheless, foul tip strike. The 0-2 count. Elder comes set, his 32nd of the evening. Swing, chops it over towards third. Riley's got it, scoops it up, fires it across the diamond. He'll beat the hustling Hernandez down the line. Kike is out, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Dodgers cut the lead to 5-2. We'll be back in a flash. Grab the bats and see if we can wreak more havoc on Blake Snell.
They always say that you only live once. And that is such a relief. I cannot do this a second time, thank God.
What's something that you did in elementary school that you're still proud of to this day?
Red Rover champion. Cleaned house that day. I mean, it was last week, and I was filling in for a janitor, but win's a win.
Oh, I appreciate it, my man.
What are you doing? Did you just got pickup?
Yeah, what does it look like I did?
We're not going in?
No, I got what I needed. Now we can go.
What's the point?
It's way fast.
What is the point of going to Target if you can't go in and walk around with your Starbucks drink?
This is the point. So you exactly can't do that. No, because you did not need anything. I got some shirts and some shorts. Because this is what I needed. You need nothing. You just want to.
Maybe I want to do shirts and shorts. We're going in.
No, we're leaving. That's the point of the drive up.
Serious right now?
I'm dead ass.
Do you want to start a war?
This is starting a war. Are you kidding me?
As the 1961 World Series got set to open in New York, the Cincinnati Reds were brimming with confidence, looking to do what the Pirates had done to the Yankees a year earlier, and what the Reds themselves had done to the National League. And the Yankees, they had a big problem. Mickey Mantle was still hurt.
He was weak. He was very pale, I remember. And the feeling was he'd never make it to the series.
Starting the series without their best player was cause for anxiety, but sending 25-game winner Whitey Ford to the mound for Game 1 was helpful in calming Yankee fears.
We had Whitey. If it went 7 games, I was going to pitch him at least 3. And that was our ace in the hole.
And putting Ford out there for Game 1 immediately paid dividends.
He was tough. He was like a surgeon. Just kind of cut us up and we didn't know we were bleeding. And he totally dominated the game.
Ford blanked the Reds 2-0.
Ford has his third straight World Series shutout.
He'd have a chance to make history later in the series.
Welcome back. Braves lead at 5-2. Nick Allen will lead us off. First pitch on the way to Allen. He sizzles it foul and out of play. It's 0-1. Dodgers are playing the infield back and to the left. Muncy is pretty even with the bag, the 0-1. Outside wide. High and out of the zone. 1-1. Nick Allen ripped an RBI double into left field his first time up. 1-1. Swing. Sizzles that one back foul. He hit just 175 last year, but I'll tell you what, this Nick Allen, he puts together some pretty good at-bats. I know we can't expect much power from him, but we might have found a gem. 1-2. Dribbles it over towards third. Max Muncy's got it, so hold your breath. He's got it, flips it to first. One away. Looked like he almost juggled that one, too. you know, there's something to be said for the guy getting the yips and he gets inside his head. One down. That'll bring up Fairchild. First pitch on the way, down and in for a ball. It's 1. The 0-1. Swung on and lifted into right field, drifting and making the easy catches. Hernandez, 2 down. Fairchild's one of those guys that he pops the ball in the air. He needs to be doing the Willie Mays Hayes thing and doing the push-ups because he does not have much pop. You want him putting the ball on the ground. First time he got on with the throwing error by Muncy. And that's what you want is a hard hit ball or a grounder, anything to put the pressure on the defense. As Chadwick Tromp takes the first pitch for a ball, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Outside wide 2-0. You know Snell's hoping for a really good quick inning. He's at 67 pitches. We'd love to work that pitch count back up, the 2-0. Swing pops it up. High in the sky, can of corn. And who wants it? Looks like Edmonds will make the catch in very shallow center field. Thank you, James, once again, and we'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
If you're ever feeling useless, just remember, you will never be as useless as a gas station across the street from Buc-ee's.
Best Larry Bird story would be the time I was on the floor with the great Pete Maravich, who was on our team at that time. We had Pete at the end of his career, and we had Larry in the beginning stages of his career. So Pete passes the ball to Larry. Pete's man runs down and double teams Larry. Larry puts some up shot, it goes astray. And we come back to the bench, and Pete goes, Larry, you're being double teamed, man. You got to pass the ball. And Larry looked up and said, if you were any good, there would be double teaming me.
Tell me you're dangerous without actually telling me you're dangerous.
One time I accidentally ate an entire pack of American cheese slices without taking them out of the wrappers. By the time they came out the other end, they looked exactly the same as when they went in. Made my butt feel like a Polaroid camera.
The Yankees had to send someone else to the mound in Game 2. And against Ralph Terry, Cincinnati's bats heated up. It was time for the bomber hitters to respond. And without Mantle, they desperately needed something from Roger Maris.
Strikes out Maris, and Raj walked off in disgust.
Roger Maris was physically and emotionally exhausted.
Resurgent Reds pitcher Joey J had led the National League in wins, and now he silenced all the Yankee bats as Cincinnati evened the series.
I pretty much shut them down. I think they ended up with 4 hits or something like that.
Suddenly, the mighty Yanks didn't seem so mighty.
Joey J was the guy that beat us, and he said he wished the Yankees were in the National League. They wouldn't last too far long in the standings.
Back in Cincinnati, the atmosphere was festive as the Reds were hosting a World Series game for the first time in 21 years.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Bryce Elder goes back to work. You got the number 9 hitter Paez, and then due up Ohtani and Mookie. First pitch on the way is a slider up top for a strike. It's 0-1. My guess would be they don't want Elder to face the Dodgers lineup more than twice. The 0-1, swing and a miss. 0-2. Now that's if he can get that far, but Elder's numbers, even when he's pitched well, they go up substantially when he faces the lineup the third time through. The 0-2 misses outside 1-2. Braves 5, Dodgers 2. The 1-2. Chops it foul towards the third base side. We'll do it again. Braves 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Dodgers 2 runs, 1 hit, and 2 errors. The 1-2 from Elder. Down and away, 2-2. But the light hitting lineup we have tonight, I say, if I'm snickering that dugout, I'm talking to all those guys when they come in, especially the ones at the bottom of the lineup, to use their speed and push it towards third. Force Max Muncy to beat you. As the 2-2 misses outside wide, full count. Infield is back and to the left. Payoff pitch. Caught, looking strike 3. Got him with the sinker. Yak him. 1 away. Good pitch. One down. Ohtani, the batter. First pitch on the way is a 92 sinker, high and out of the zone. Kind of pitch out territory. It's 1-0. 1-0. Righty lefty. Elder brings it. Swing and a miss over the slider. 1-1. 1-1 count. Elder comes set, kicks and deals. Sinker down and in, 2-1. One thing about Ohtani that you got to say, he's an extremely patient hitter for someone who hits 50 home runs. The 2-1 right there, 2-2. Braves 5, Dodgers 2. Usually when those guys have the big home run totals, they're flailing at everything, taking big hacks. The 2-2 pitch, swung on, chops it foul. Like last night, noticing the first time he saw Sale, he ate a bunch of pitches because he wants to see the delivery. It may help him pay dividends the rest of the game. I know he's a polarizing player. Some folks love him, some hate him, whatever, but there's no denying his talent. The 2-2 swing, bangs it high into right field. It'll stay in the park, but that may catch rain, and that's hard to do in Southern California. Fairchild makes the catch, 2 down. That was like a high punt in the National Football League on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, I don't know if I want to see Elder face him a third time. That could get sticky. We've got the full bullpen out there, and Zach Thompson, who we have not brought up yet. I mean, he's an interesting guy as the first pitch on the way from Mookie Betts is a swing and a miss. But I don't think he would be the one that they would go to off the jump. But if the game got out of hand one way or the other, he's definitely someone that they would put in. 0-1. Down and away. 1-1. If you're not familiar with him, he's got a career 4.44 ERA. He is not pitched as the 1-1 up top. Right there, first strike, 1-2. He's not pitched since 2022 in the major leagues. 1-2, swung on, chops it over towards Riley. Riley's got it, fires it across the diamond. He'll put out that fire. I'm sorry, that was Allen. My mistake. That'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 1, 2, 3, Elder. How about that? We'll be back in a flash.
I know I got brain rot because on a cover letter for a job, I wrote work and I spelled it with an E. I said I would like to work for your company. That's not even the worst part. The worst part is that they hired me and I couldn't live up to the hype. They thought they were hiring a fun game, and then I show up and turns out I don't work. I can barely even serve. It's terrible.
I only listen to 3 people. My barber, my dog, and the hostess at the Cracker Barrel. If you're nice to her, she gives you extra crayons, so...
And the Reds shared their fans' enthusiasm for World Series glory.
Going back to Cincinnati, we definitely thought we had the upper hand.
After sitting out the first 2 games, Mickey Mantle had seen enough, deciding that no matter how much pain he was in, he was going to play. But as the game began, Mantle's presence in the lineup didn't seem to matter, as knuckleballer Bob Perky baffled the Yanks.
Perky was pitching so well that we thought we had the game in hand.
With the Reds leading 2-1, with 2 outs in the 8th inning, they were just 4 outs away from taking a series lead. Then Johnny Blanchard was summoned to pinch hit.
I was looking for my bat, and Mickey Mantle was standing by the bat rack. And he said, John, he's going to throw you a slider, first pitch for a strike, a hard slider. And then he's going to come back with the knuckleball. Well, I'm telling you right now, I couldn't hit a knuckleball. If Bob Perky would have thrown the ball in the press box, I'd have jumped up and swung at it. I was swinging at the first pitch because Mickey Mantle told me. Well, sure enough, here comes a hard slider for a strike.
Blanchard swings at the first pitch and sends a towering fly deep to right field. Frank Robinson goes back, but the ball sails over the bleacher fence for a pinch hit home run. And the score is deadlocked at 2-2.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back. Atlanta Braves lead this one 5-2. The Book of Eli will lead us off. He'll be followed by Ozzie and Ozuna. Snell goes back to work here in the 4th inning. First pitch swinging. That ball's going to get lifted into center field. Easy F8 in your scorecard, 1 away. The Braves did such a good job to start the game, eating pitches, making Snell work. In the last 2 innings, they have been swinging early and often, and that I still think that comes down to leadership, 100%. First pitch on the way to Ozzie is swung on, and thankfully that fouled out of play. It's 0-1. They got the new pitching coach, but nothing's really changed the fact that staying patient. The 0-1 chases that one, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Once they get a few hits in, then they just start swinging out of their shoes. The 0-2. Good night, Irene. Swung at one underneath his feet. 2 down. That pitch was nowhere near the zone. And that's the type of stuff that I was hoping Tim Heyer, the new Braves batting coach, would be able to fix, but there's just something rotten in that clubhouse night after night. First pitch on the way to Ozuna. Down and in for ball. It's 1-0. Might be being a little too overly critical. But watch it night in and night out. You don't see the patience at the plate when you know you got a guy on the ropes. The 1-0. Down and in. 2-0. 2-0 count. Had an 8-pitch inning in the 3rd. The 2-0. 94 below the knees. Good take by Ozuna. That's a pitch that when you got a 2-0 count, that's a good take by Ozuna. If you hit that ball, unless you get underneath it, you're probably going to bang it over to first. The 2-1. Down and in. 3-1. 3-1 count. Braves lead at 5-2. Pitch on the way. 94 just hits the outer part of the zone. Ozuna was heading to first for home plate umpire. Bring it up for a strike, so you got a full count. It did look like it was a tad off the plate, but it's one of those 50-50 because if you're a Dodger fan, you think it's a strike, and vice versa if you're Braves. The 3-2. Down and in, ball 4. He didn't get all of the calls, and of course Snell winds a little bit to home plate umpire Randazzo. Both of those can't be strikes. They were down and away in the corners, one in the far left and one in the far right. One of those has to be out of the zone. So good job by Ozuna for at least eating some pitches here. That'll bring Austin Riley to the plate. Riley, 0-for. First pitch on the way. Swing! That ball's ripped into left field, and that'll get down for a base hit.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
Good piece of hitting by Riley. Rips it. That's where that fatigue can come in there when you can run that pitch count up early on. That looked like it just to get me over strike. He's lucky that's all that Riley did to that. First pitch on the way, swung on and ripped over to second. Backhanded by Edman. Man, that almost took his head off. That'll end the inning. So unfortunately, that's all we get there. We had that pitch count getting high, but bailed him out. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
If anyone cares, I now identify as bacon. 73% fat and salty as
When people ask me, how'd you get so funny? I say, it's the same way I get so much volume in my hair. It's all the damage.
I'm quitting the internet. I think all the comments about how I got too fat and and how I'm not masculine enough and how I have woman-like hair and how I swear too much. I think all those comments, they've just got to me. They've hurt me, and I'm quitting the internet. I'm a dreadful liar, but I'm back. I'm back.
Who was the best trash talker you played against?
Larry Bird.
Everybody says that. He's the GOAT. He's the best trash talker ever. He is the GOAT of trash talkers, Bird.
Y'all, am I tripping, or does it seem like these mosquitoes nowadays be pulling your socks down so they can bite you?
Circle of bases, and all the guys are happy, you know. Mickey still standing down by the bat rack. He wasn't smiling either. He said, "Hey, Blanche." I said, "Yeah." He said, "You owe me a six-pack." I said, "Oh, man, I'll get you a case."
The Yankees had pulled even, and as the game moved into the ninth, Roger Maris stepped to the plate, yet to record even a hit in the series.
There's one. It is deep to right field, and that ball is going, and it is gone. Roger Maris gets his first hit of the series.
He hits the home run that puts the Yankees ahead with some mystical strength, some magic that he still had left in his body.
Maris's homer would give the Yankees the victory in Game 3.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Thank you, Phil. Via James. Bryce Elder goes back to work. First pitch on the way to Teoscar Hernandez. His sinker up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. The 0-1. Brings it. Swing. Chops it foul. 0-2. Like I said, you would love for Elder to get through the lineup twice. There's nobody on. They may let him face Ohtani. I almost want to watch it with my eyes closed. He about pounded that one ball into the night. Time is called. Not in time. Chadwick Tromp was trying to save Elder. He was trying to get him. He was trying to rush out there to the mound. He realized that the pitch clock was winding down. Good attempt by Tromp, but no dice. 1-2 count. Slider down and away, 2-2. This lineup's way too stacked to be giving them free balls. Free balls. The 2-2. Swing! Chops it down the third base line. foul. Two count. Braves lead at 5-2 here in the bottom of the fourth. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Respect your elder. One away. That slider's been, now that one was kind of a hanger, but to a right-handed hitter, it's a difficult pitch that you're going to tag onto that. You don't hate that one as much. As long as you're not hanging that one to a lefty, that'd be a little more in their wheelhouse. His slider looks so good in his one start that I saw him on the farm this year. His first pitch, sinker down and away, it's 1-0. He was much lower in the zone and extremely sharp. The 1-0. Four-seam fastball misses high, 2-0. He's never been a guy that's going to overpower you, but his fastball had been reaching closer to the 94 range this year. The 2-0, nice slider, smacks the side of the zone, 2-1. Two-one count. Here's the pitch. Swing, lifts it. Conforto pounds it into center field, going back on the track. It's gone. Second home run given up tonight by Elder. And the Braves' lead is now only 2. I don't know if we'll get to second time through the order. 2 home runs as Conforto sachets around the diamond. That was a hanger. Like I said, you hang those sliders to the lefties in that area, it's probably not going to work out well. With the day off tomorrow and the fact that we haven't had the lead at all, I mean, I would think you get that bullpen working now. First pitch on the way is a sinker right there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. And I don't want to hear that it's a long season nonsense. We haven't won a game yet. The 0-1 just misses outside, 1-1. 1-1 count. The more you give the Dodgers hope, the more likely you'll see the best of their bullpen. The 1-1, did he go around? They checked down the line. He did. First base umpire Clinton Vodrek said that he went around 1-2. 1-2 count. Infield is back and to the left. Will Smith digs in. Here's the pitch in the dirt. 2-2. The 2-2. Swing, rips it over the head of Allen, who tried to make a leaping catch, and that's going to be another base hit. A one-out single, and the line keeps moving. Todd B. Edmond would be the batter, and he is representing the tying run. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way, down and in, slider misses. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Elder kicks and fires in the dirt, 2-0. Good backhanded catch by Trump. Kranitz is finally going to waddle out there and talk to him. That's a case where I feel like Snicker should have sent him out after that base, after the home run, to be honest with you. He had hung a couple of, and we do have action in the bullpen. It looks like it's Aaron Bummer. But it looked like that he had hung the one that Hernandez struck out on. He just mistimed it. Then he hangs another one to get the home run. And before Conforto sashayed around the diamond, they should have already been out there talking to him. Brian Snitker said in one of the post-game press conferences the other day that he's non-committal on managing in 2026, and I thought to myself, you are not the only one who's non-committal about you managing in 2026. Elder, go back to work now. First pitch on the way, 91, inside. 3-0. 3-0 count to Edman. What was looking like a promising outing by Elder, it's falling apart at the seams. A 3-0, nowhere near the zone, ball 4. So Elder's definitely rattled. Cannot find the zone. 68 pitches, that's not terribly high, so you can't put this on fatigue. This is just a situation if he is crumbling under the pressure. And here comes Max Muncy, who's got the 2 errors, but even though he's got the errors, he can still swing a heavy bat. Elder spins around, chasing the runner back to first, so that's one of his moves before anything gets going. He did not throw the ball. First pitch on the way, swing, belted into right field, but just got underneath it. Coming in, making the catch is Fairchild. 2 down. He got that right in Muncy's wheelhouse. Muncy thankfully missed it. That's usually the area where Muncy takes that downtown. Looks like Muncy's using one of those torpedo bats too. They just showed it on the Dodger broadcast. First pitch on the way to Kike Hernandez is right there in the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. You can't lay one in there to Kike. Jesse Chavez did that the other night. Kike took him deep, and Jesse went packing. The 0-1 swing, dribbles it down the third base line. Tromp's got it. He'll fire it off his back foot, and he will make one heck of a play to end the inning. Wow, that was an accurate throw by Tromp. With him falling backwards, I was worried where that ball might go. We'll be back in a flash, clinging to a 2-run lead. Let's get some runs, Braves country.
Let me break you down. I'm sorry that you had a up life. I didn't.
You guys have to see what I found. Oh my God, it's a pen. Could you? Oh, that's so fun. Imagine signing divorce papers with this. So Suzanne, how are the kids? Oh.
I've been seeing some people in the comments talk about how England is better than America. All right, England, let's go toe-to-toe with our towers then, okay? Washington Monument versus Big Ben, all right? Washington Monument, 555 feet tall. Big Ben, 315, okay? I mean, come on, brother. The Washington Monument is made out of marble and granite. Big Ben is made out of what? Gingerbread? Like everything else over there? I mean, come on, man.
And for the 4th game, they sent out Whitey Ford to put a stranglehold on the series. Like Maris and Mantle, Ford had a chance to break one of Babe Ruth's records, consecutive scoreless innings pitched in World Series play.
Before the game in Cincinnati, writers said, "Well, you're going for the record today," and I had no idea what they were talking about.
While Ford didn't receive the attention his teammates had, he did break the record, and he continued to frustrate the Reds.
And that makes 30 straight scoreless innings.
For support, Mantle made a timely contribution in the Yanks' crucial rally to help give Ford the only run he would need. But it came with a price.
Manager Houck decides that the courageous Mantle has gone as far as he can.
You know, Mickey, he's one of them guys that you couldn't hardly get him out of a ball game, and he was going to stay in there. But I was really worried when I saw the blood. That was scary.
Gosh, there was a spot about 5 inches or about that big around of blood coming through his shorts and his uniform.
I finally realized how courageous this guy was to even want to play in that condition, but that's what I remember most about that series. Not so much beating Babe Ruth's record.
welcome back. Braves lead it by 2. Once again, that throw by Chadwick Tromp was unbelievable. It was so good that even Matt Olson gave him a tip of the cap there. Because he had to turn, spin off his knee, heading towards third base and fire a bullet. Because it's not like Kike Hernandez isn't fleet of foot. Looks like we got a brand new pitcher, so we ran Blake Snell out of the game. Kasparius, the right-hander. First pitch on the way, curveball below the knees, well below the knees. Called for a strike by Randazzo. That's another blown call. It's 0-1. The 0-1 right there, outer edge. Oh-2 count. Kicks and fires. High and inside. 96 miles an hour. Braves 5, Dodgers 3. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. One away. One down. Nick Allen, your batter. Allen, 1 for 2. First pitch on the way is a strike there at the knees. It's 0-1. Standing on deck is Fairchild. The 0-1. 96, misses high and out of the zone. 1-1. So even the Dodgers mop-up guy is throwing high 90s. This is ridiculous. The 1-1. 94 out of the zone, 2-1. Nick Allen with an RBI double earlier tonight. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Blue 95 on the outer block. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Braves. 3-3-2 for the Dodgers. The 2-2, swing and a miss right in his kitchen, 2 away. Two down, and Stuart Fairchild will come on. He scored a run after reaching via one of the Max Muncy errors earlier. Coming over from the Reds in the trade earlier this week. The first pitch on the way, swing, rips it over to Muncy. Muncy fires it across the diamond, and that one he has no problem with. So a 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the 5th, clinging to a 2-run lead here in Los Angeles.
Let me tell y'all something. The best advice you will ever receive in your life will come from a crackhead. And I live in Florida. Our crackheads are top tier. They are built different, so I know firsthand. I was just at the convenience store trying to get some ice, and the guy going in front of me was arguing with the crackhead outside, was yelling at the guy, "Stop staring at me because I'm a crackhead. This could be you one day." So the guy said something like, "And I don't do crack." And then the crackhead was like, "Well, you do something, sagging skinny jeans with a belt on." Now I'm howling. Rule number 1 of interactions with a crackhead, you never amp them on. Now he yelling after the guy in the store. He was like, "Why didn't you hold the door open for the fat bitch?" Now I want to go cry in the car because what the did I do to the damn crackhead? So as I'm coming out the store, he's like, "I think I upset you, and I ain't mean nothing by what I said. You know, the weight looked good on you." Oh, so I was built for the crackhead gaze. My mental health is doing numbers right now.
The Japanese X-Men called Sunfire.
Sunfire.
They don't say it like that.
What's a weird tick that you have when you're nervous?
I don't have any weird ticks. There's a strange ladybug in my backyard that won't quit staring at my deck.
Like Maris, Mantle had given the Yanks just enough. In the 5th game, New York would have enough without him as they exacted their revenge on Joey J.
Deep to right field, and it is gone. Jay, so effective the last time, is shaken up.
The Bronx Bombers knocked Jay out in the 1st inning and routed the Reds, taking the series in 5 games.
And it's all over. The Yankees win 13-5 and once again are world champions.
Why did you think of this Yankee championship team as the greatest on which you played?
I'd have to go along with that. We had the long ball this year, more than any team has ever hit.
The series capped one of the most remarkable seasons in history and crowned one of the greatest teams ever.
Anybody that says there was a better team than that, I'd have to disagree with them. There might have been one as good, but I don't think anybody could ever have been better.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Braves. 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors by the Dodgers. Looks like it's going to be De Los Santos to start us off here. The bummer, I believe, is still working in the bullpen and staying stretched out. Righty-righty matchups to start it off is Paez. First pitch. Down and away, it's 1-0. A little interesting that that's the route they went to, considering Ohtani stands on deck, the 1-0 in the dirt, 2-0. But I guess they're looking at it as 3 of the next 4 batters are right-handed. De Los Santos needs to get this first one, though. The 2-0. Fastball chops it foul down the third baseline, 2-1. Sitting here in the 5th inning, if you look at the way the Braves could spell out the rest of the game, Daysball Hernandez would definitely be available, I would think. And you may be able to go over an inning with Raisel Iglesias. So we do have the day off tomorrow, and he's only pitched once, the 2-1. Hit him. So he put the tying run to the plate in the form of Shohei Ohtani. Fastball dripped in. And De Los Santos, you couldn't do a worse thing out of the pen. Coming out of the pen, you hit the number 9 hitter to get to Ohtani, who represents the tying run. Five to 3 your score. Ohtani to the plate, infield, back and to the right in double play position. De Los Santos, first pitch, swinging, bangs one high and deep. Plenty foul down the left field side. It's 0-1. Got to figure it's going to be very difficult to double him up. Not only does Ohtani run well, but Paez, Dodger center fielder, does as well. The 0-1, 95. Ah, you need that call. 1-1. Probably wasn't in the zone, but you would have loved to have had that call. Ohtani 0 for 2 with the ground out and a fly out. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on that changeup. Wow. 1-2. Righty-lefty matchup. Thank you, James. The 1-2. Down and in, 2-2. Via Randy, I guess is what that means. The 2-2 pitch. De Los Santos comes set. Swing, rips it into right field, right in front of Fairchild, down for a base hit. He'll get into the infield pretty quickly, but a wide throw. And Riley tries to make the tag. Paez looked like he almost came off the bag, but I believe he held it. I'd like to see a replay on that. Runners on the corners, nobody out. De Los Santos not starting off well at all. So one hopper, or make it a two, well, one hopper to Riley. Yeah, he held the bag. I thought that right hand had come off, but he held the bag as he slid by it. That's where you got to do a little. Is that Herbeck or Gaetti that pushed the Braves runner off in the 91 series? I always get that mixed up in my head. Mookie Betts, the batter, representing the go-ahead run. De Los Santos. Looks like he's having a problem with his pitch comm. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Braves lead is just 2. First pitch on the way. Down and away, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing, comebacker. De Los Santos has it. And he's going to double up the runner at third as Pius had a huge lead over at third. It was a comebacker, an atom ball, and just like that, we got 2 out. It's a hot shot, and De Los Santos got it, turned around, spun, hit third. Riley, by the time Riley found the bag and stepped on the pillow, Ohtani had already raced back to first. Ohtani was starting to move it. If he would have took off on that play, oh my word, throws the ball away, and that will send Ohtani into scoring position. So just about the time you think you're getting out of the mess, De Los Santos airmails one. He's lucky the thing didn't go into the crowd. Ohtani easily moves up to second into scoring position. And because of the shift that they're on, Ozzie was nowhere near to keep the runner at bay. So, just like that, Teoscar Hernandez digs in. Ohtani at second. Here's the first pitch. Slider right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. That was strange. Hernandez looked like he was taken all the way. Maybe he wanted to see De Los Santos' delivery. The 0-1, swung on, pops it back foul. 0-2. What was scary about that is that pitch was right where Teoscar Hernandez hit that home run the other night. And I'm like, man, you're just laying a lollipop in there for him. But thankfully, he started stepping backwards before the pitch was ever released. Hernandez 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Pitch on the way, swing, fouls it back, 97 from the outer cut. We'll do it again. The 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Hernandez with 3 strikeouts tonight. Kind of uncharacteristic of him, but we'll take it. Braves clinging to a 2-run lead. We go to the 6th. Let's get some runs, god dog it, here in Braves country.
John, is it just me, or does it seem like people only want to invite you somewhere when you're financially fighting for your life?
You know, fellas, I think even in the modern day and age here, there's still room to be an old-fashioned gentleman. Yeah, so when you're out on a date, open the car door for her. Pay for dinner. If it's cold, give her your jacket. And while you're out, if you see another fella even just glance over your way, you need to punch him square in the face and escalate that situation to an unnecessary level immediately.
You guys want to see something funny?
Like, don't get it twisted. My generation and beyond, we're not like uber patriots.
We know. We know you don't like it here. You guys are offended by words. You're allergic to tap water. Your generation, you guys have to sit in car seats till you're like 7. When I was 7 years old, I was stealing my mom's cigarettes and selling them and trying to get parts to build my own car. My generation, chicks had tramp stamps and dudes had full-grown beards in like 7th grade.
After their World Series loss to the Yankees in 1961, the Cincinnati Reds fell back into the NL Pac for several years and wouldn't return to the postseason until 1970 as the Big Red Machine in 1975 and 76.
Cincinnati Reds win the World Series.
By that time, Frank Robinson was long gone from Cincinnati, the only player ever to win the MVP award in both leagues. As for the Yankees, they would win another World Championship in 1962, followed by 2 more AL pennants in 63 and 64. Then the team of the century hit a rough patch and floundered for much of the next decade. Whitey Ford's consecutive scoreless innings streak in the World Series would eventually reach 33 2/3 innings. That would remain the all-time mark until 2000, when it was broken by another postseason Yankee great, Mariano Rivera.
33 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings in the playoffs and World Series.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Braves lead at 5-3. First pitch on the way from Kasparius once again as a slider inside to Chadwick Tromp. It's 1-0. The 1-0. 94 misses high. 2-0. 2-0 count. Braves 5, Dodgers 3, top of the 6. 97 misses wide. 3-0. The 3-0. Down and away, ball 4. That's one way to get things going here in the top of the 6th inning. Looks like Michael Harris is going to come on for Eli White. The righty-lefty matchup. Wonder if that had to do with that was planned anyways, or if that was a response to Eli White's taking a swing at the first pitch that he saw the last inning. Dodgers go to the Phillies on Friday. So if the Braves could put this out of the reach, we'd love to help the Dodgers save that bullpen for their trip to Pennsylvania. Money Mike digs in. First pitch on the way. Whoa, outside. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty, lefty. Here's the pitch. Right there for a strike. 1-1. 1-1 count. Michael Harris the second. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, came out of his shoes on that one. 1-2. That fastball's up around his eyeballs. I don't know what he's doing swinging at that. Because he doesn't have a lot of experience coming off the bench, pinch hitting. This at bat just went for in your favor to terribly behind in the count. The 1-2. Swing! That ball's ripped into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Tromp, slow-footed catcher, slams on the brakes at second base as Hernandez did a good job of getting the ball back into the infield. It was a hanger. They were shooting for the outside part of the plate. Kasparius hung it middle in. It's kind of fortunate that that's all Harris did to it. If Harris swinging the bat well, we would have doubled our lead. So here comes Ozzie Albies, top of the 6th, 2 on, nobody out. Open stance from the left-hand side. Here's the first pitch. Swing, that ball sliced into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Chadwick Tromp will be stopped at third base. Will go station to station. Pretty shallow hit ball. Conforto has played right field in his career, so he's got a decent arm out there. And I know sometimes we get on Tui for being not aggressive enough over there, but that probably would have been a very bad send. So Marcell Ozuna will come to the plate. Man, would this be a perfect time for him to hit one. First pitch on the way, ball gets away, but up the third base line, so towards Tromp, no chance of him moving on that one. It's 1-0. Marcell Ozuna has walked 3 times. About time for him to get a base hit, don't you think? With 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing! Pops it up. High into center field. Playable. Here's the catch. Fires it into the infield, and they're not going to send Tromp. I don't know if I love that one. One away. He probably scores on that play. It's the biggest thing that I think we miss from Ron Washington is he'd say, let's go. Push the envelope. Make him make a play. Austin Riley, the batter, first pitch on the way, swings, slaps it back foul. It's 0-1. Riley's 0 for 1 tonight. I know they're trying to give him the day off, but you really wish they had pulled Tromp for Baldwin when he got on base. The 0-1. Fastball right there. 0-2. Baldwin's a lot faster than Tromp, and we would have already scored a run by now. But I'm sure they're just trying to give him the day off. So I get it. But the 0-2 misses high, 1-2. 4-seam fastball up around his eyeballs. They do have the day off tomorrow, but I get it. Most teams try to regulate how many innings a catcher puts on his legs in a given week. The 1-2. Down and away. Try to get him to chase that slider. 2-2. Standing on deck is Matt Olson. Bases loaded. 1 out. Ducks all over the pond. Three and 2. Payoff pitch. Down below the knee. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Called him for a strikeout. That's another terrible call by Tony Randazzo. That was below the knees. And Riley, he just stares back at him, but someone in that dugout, because it's not up to the players. The players say something, they're going to get ejected. And you need the players to get this win. But somebody's got to get off of his can and say something. That's the biggest thing that drives us crazy here in Braves country with Snicker, is he just does not have a backbone. First pitch on the way is a curveball outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. You really miss that out of not just Bobby Cox, but I mean most managers would come unglued in that play. And they know it. I mean, he's got the reputation of just a little softy. 1-0 pops it up, and that'll end the inning. So just like that, get ourselves out of it. Bad third base coaching, bad managing, and probably swung at a bad pitch right there. We'll be back in a flash.
What is the best life advice you've ever received?
Always try to poop at work. Sometimes I'll hold it all weekend. Last Monday, someone called the fire department on me.
Here in the 4th inning, Happy birthday to a fine Mets fan. Curveball and a beauty to Bonds, who's batting with 2 out and nobody on, and it's strike 1. Barry has struck out and walked, and he did some serious hitting while in college at Arizona State. Goes after one in the dirt, and it's 0-2. So 2 strikes to count to Barry Bonds as the crowd gets behind the doctor with 2 out here in the 4th. Gooden has now struck out 5 of the last 6 batters he has faced, and a total of 8 through the first 4 innings of work.
Fellas, am I the only guy who has a wife who's semi-clingy, wants her space, but wants me in her space while she has her space?
Ford's teammate Mickey Mantle would win his 3rd and final MVP in 1962. And as Mantle gutted his way through another 7 seasons after the epic chase of 61, his transformation from Yankee hero to baseball icon continued.
It turned out that no less than 14 teammates had named their own sons Mickey, and you couldn't get a higher compliment than that.
Roger Maris played in New York for 5 more seasons, but never got comfortable in the spotlight. He'd eventually be traded to St. Louis, where he won another World Series ring in 1967. 30 years after the 61 season, Commissioner Fay Vincent finally declared Maris the sole official single-season home run record holder.
Removing the asterisk from Maris's record is actually one of the prouder achievements that we at the Elias Bureau were happy to have a role in, and recognize him for what he was, the single-season all-time home run hitter.
Hey Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Bottom of the 6th we go. Braves cling to a 2-run lead. Pierce Johnson will come on to try to spell the 6th inning. First pitch on the way. Righty-lefty matchup is a curveball up top to Conforto. It's 0-1. Michael Conforto, 1 for 1 as he sashayed around the bases last time. The 0-1 down and in. Almost got him in the foot. 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch, swing, rattles it back foul. 1-2. Braves 5, Dodgers 3. The 1-2 from PJ, 94 misses high. 2-2. Elder went 4 innings, 3 earned runs. He gave up that 419-foot blast to Conforto. It's another one of his hanging sliders. 3 strikeouts. De Los Santos danced through the danger of the 5th, and here we are in the 6th, the 2-2. Down and in. Full count. Pierce Johnson. Danger walking the leadoff batter. Will Smith's on deck. Edmund in the hole. Muncy if anybody gets on. The payoff from PJ. Outside wide ball 4. 95 off the paint. Conforto will head on down to first. 6-pitch walk to start inning number 6. Conforto, decent lead over there at first. First pitch on the way is inside curveball for a strike. It's 0-1. Will Smith fouled out and singled to left. 1 for 2 on the day. The 0-1, swing and a miss. 0-2. 0-2 count. The 0-2. Did he go around? They're going to check down the side. He did not. First base umpire Clint Vondrick said he did not. Do it again. The 1-2 from PJ. Check swing foul. Do it again. Braves 5, Dodgers 3. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, got him. One away. Big strikeout there. Now a double play could get us out of this. Tommy Edman 1 for 1. He's got good speed. First pitch on the way. Swing, rips it over to first. That's going to get through the hole. Fairchild's got it, comes up throw, and here comes the throw. He should have him. He's got him. Fairchild. What a hell of a throw from right field. Fired a perfect bullet, and Riley applies the tag 2 away. You could tell they're all trying to test Fairchild's arm. Second time they've sent someone over there, and Conforto. That has to come from the scouting report. They must not think that but he's pretty, honestly, Fairchild's pretty shallow over there when he comes up with the ball. Couldn't see if he was being sent or not. But Fairchild, one hopper, throws a bullet there to third. They're going to go out there and looks like we're going to get a pitching change. Snickers coming out of the dugout, and we'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Hey, could somebody explain to me what the IT people have been trained to do besides telling you to restart your devices?
Hey man, somebody tell me if I'm tripping, because I'm from the South. I don't care where we go, whether we're going to the register, we're going to get some services done and whatnot, but when we walk into a building, right, morning time, I don't care. We say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, right? And if you don't respond back, you get looked at sideways, right? That must be a Southern thing. I don't know. But we speak around here. We greet and introduce ourselves. We ask how you doing, good morning, how you feeling? Like, come on, y'all.
Have you been drinking?
No, sir.
Say the ABCs backwards.
The ABCs backwards.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so cute. This is why everyone hates me. I'm so cute.
Maris never lived to see anyone seriously challenge his record, but in 1998, Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa waged a dramatic battle all season in pursuit of 61. And with members of the Maris family in attendance, it all culminated on September 8th at Busch Stadium.
He pointed up to the sky, tapped his heart, and the way I interpreted that was his acknowledging Dad, saying Dad was in his heart. In such a big moment in Mark McGwire's life, to include that in that special moment was something we'll never forget.
In 2001, the home run record would be broken once again by Barry Bonds. Over the past decade, both McGwire and Bonds used performance-enhancing drugs have led many to still view Maris's record as the true all-time mark, nearly half a century after it was set. Even in the shadow of baseball's modern-day power surge, the amazing season of 61 still resonates, a year when home runs soared out of ballparks all across the game, capped by an epic chase that will be remembered forever for its uncommon drama and unlikely victor.
Welcome back. Dylan Lee, the pitcher, first pitch on the way, swing, fouls it back. Max Muncy, the batter. At the first pitch on the 1-0, it's 1-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Dylan Lee coming in trying to put out the fire. You're looking ahead. He maybe has to come out for the 7th as well. The 1-1. Swung on, pops it up. High and out of play, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Lee comes set, looks the runner over at first. Tromp set up on the outside. Swing, pops that back foul, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Lee normally likes to go to that slider when he gets ahead in the count to the lefties. See if he might try to get Muncy to chase one. Lee looks in. Runner goes. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with that slider, and that'll end the inning. Great job by Lee coming in, putting out that fire. Great throw by Fairchild. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Either I'm going to be quiet or I'm going to take it too far. There really is no in between.
Hey.
Stop, don't do that.
Hey, no, I gotta say something. Hey, I don't know whose kid this is over here in the produce section, but he's breaking up all the eggs, and I gotta clean this up. I'm about to drop kick his ass, so I advise you to come get him.
Hey, Joe, Yahoo Sports. For the first time since 1975, this is the NBA Finals where you have 2 black head coaches. Given the plight sometimes of black head coaches in the NBA, do you think this is a significant moment? Do you take pride in this? How do you view this, or do you not see it at all?
I wonder how many of those have been Christian coaches.
Dogs know English. Dogs know the language in which you speak to them. You go to Mexico, they speak Spanish.
Oh, really? What's a Mexican dog sound like?
Hey, bark, bark.
You know what?
Wow.
You're right.
Bow wow.
Bow wow.
Hey, man, bow wow.
There is getting revenge on someone, and then there's the story of Frank Chance and Jack Harper. During his playing career, Frank Chance was known for crowding the plate. During the first game of a doubleheader on May 30th, 1904, he was beaten 3 times by Red starting pitcher Jack Harper. The last one would knock him out cold. Despite a concussion, he would still manage to return for the second game of the doubleheader. Altogether that day, he would be beaten 4 times by Reds pitching. Fast forward 2 years, and again he would be beaten by Jack Harper. This time, not only was he playing for the Cubs, he was also their manager. Instead of charging the mound or having one of his pitchers throw at Harper in retaliation, he decided to execute the perfect revenge plot. Later that season, he trades for Jack Harper, and instead of throwing him in the rotation, he cuts his salary by 2/3 and benches him for the remainder of the season. At that time, organized baseball had a reserve clause. Harper had to pitch for the Cubs or no team at all. He never played professional baseball again. As the old saying goes, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Please like and subscribe today. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. We head to the top of the 7th, and the Braves cling to a 2-run lead. Five runs, 7 hits, 1 error, but 8 men left on base by the Braves, more of the same. Dodgers with 4 men left on base with 3, 5, and 2 on their line. Kirby Yates will step in. He had a 1.17 ERA with Texas last year. He's basically their 4th option out of the pen. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss to De La Cruz. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty. Kicks and fires. Chases splitter well off the plate. 0-2. The 0-2 from Yates lifts his red glove. Chase one well out of the zone, strike 3. De La Cruz outmatched in that at bat, went away. One down. Nick Allen, the batter. First pitch on the way, swung on. That ball's rattled it's off the mound, juggled by Muncy, and it's going to be an infield single by Nick Allen. Hard hit ball that came right back screaming up the middle, came off the shoe. Looked like the back heel of Yates. By the time Muncy could garrot, I don't think he had a shot anyways. He juggled the ball and dropped it. Once that happened, he just let it go. But I don't think he's going to get him. Allen can fly. First pitch on the way to Fairchild, and Allen goes, and he's safe. Nick Allen took off like a bat out of hell, and he's into scoring position. Great job by little Nicky to get in scoring position. The 0-1, down and in, 1-1. 1-1 count to Fairchild. He's 0 for 3, but he has reached via the air and scored. You'd love to see him get a base hit in his Braves debut. He threw an absolute gem from right field. And he's got speed, so if he gets on, he can be a problem. The 1-1, down and away, 2-1. Seventh inning, Braves lead by 2. Try to figure out a way to spell the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Lee could be back out there for the bottom of the 7th. Remember, that didn't fare too well first time they did that. Ball gets away. They try to pick off Allen. The ball gets away, pops out of the glove of Edman. Wasn't a terrible throw. It was just a bad reaction by Edman. Honestly, that should be an E4. They'll probably give it to Yates, but that throw was right there. It just hit the top of his glove. But I'd say they'll probably do that in E4. And Allen moves to third with 1 out, which means the Dodgers will have to bring in the infield. Toes are just before the grass. Fairchild has a chance to poke one through. Here's the first pitch. The 2-1, did he go around? They're going to say he did, 2-2. Braves 5, Dodgers 3. The 2-2. Lifts his glove and brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away. Two down. Chadwick Tromp, the batter. Tromp 0 for 2. Did reach via the walk. First pitch on the way. It's a hanging splitter right there for his strike. It's 0-1. Infield is back. So we'll go ahead and put it back on the strike zone. Runner at third, 2 outs. The 0-2. 93 down, 1-1. I'm sorry, the 0-1. I think I said 0-2. 1-1 count. Infield back and to the left, so wide open on the right side. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Came out of his shoes on that one, 1-2. Chadwick Tromp down to his last strike. Braves trying to find any way to scratch that run across. The 1-2, swung on, chopped it over to third. Got him with that splitter again. Chadwick Tromp cannot hit that splitter. It's going to be a 5-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. 7th inning stretch, y'all. Get up and stretch, Braves country. Braves lead it 5-3.
All right, I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. We out to the ball game.
I need some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Dylan Lee to start off this inning to Kike Hernandez right there, first strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 swung on and fouled back. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Braves lead at 5-3. The 0-2 in the dirt. Ball kicks away, 1-2. The 1-2 from Lee. Swing, chops it over to second. Ozzy's got it, flips it to first. One away. One down. Now this is much different than the first time Lee went out there and he pitched a full inning, then they brought him back out for that extra inning, and they're really just trying to get the one out, and he gave up the home run. This time he just got the one out. Now they have him coming back in. Now it'd be curious to see if this inning were to go past Shohei Ohtani, would Dylan Lee be in it, or would they go get a right-hander out of the pen? First pitch on the way to Paez is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swung on, pops it up high in the sky. Who wants it? Money Michael, call off Kid Kelnick, who's in left field now. One away. So one down. Get you up to date on that. Kid Kelnick is in for Brian De La Cruz. Fairchild is still in right. Shohei Ohtani, the batter, first pitch on the way. High and inside. Almost gets him. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Brings it. Swing, pops it up. Out of play, 1-1. Ohtani 1 for 3 with a single in the fifth. The 1-1. Swung on and slices that into left field. That's going to get dumped down for a base hit. Just sawed it off his hands. Kelnick comes up. Gets the ball back into the infield quickly to keep Ohtani at first. And that'll be it. That's what I thought. I figured they'd go get the right-hander out of the pen. Lee gets 3 outs, just couldn't get Ohtani, and honestly wasn't a hard hit ball, just hit him where they ain't from Ohtani. Dylan Lee, good job. Now we got to try to get the last out of this inning when we come back.
The next time one of y'all want to move to Florida, okay. It's 9:45 p.m., dark as outside, and I'm having to sit in front of my fan to cool my fat ass off because I was just in the kitchen, in my place, sweating like a prize pig from doing what you might ask. Not manual labor, not yard work, not exercise. I was washing the dishes. I hated it.
Y'all, I'll go 2 to 3 days without spending money and be proud of myself just to blow $600 in 1 hour on day 4.
You still love me?
Of course I still love you. I love you no matter what.
What does that mean, no matter what?
Nothing, just that I love you.
No matter what means you love me even though I have some sort of problem, like no job or no money or Biggie can't fit through doorway.
Tony Gwynn. Just how good was he? How much time do you have? He faced 18 Hall of Famers in his career for a total of 541 plate appearances. In those at-bats, he batted .331 with a .371 on-base percentage. In his entire 20-year career, he only struck out 434 times. Since he debuted, a hitter has finished the season with a batting average above .350 only 46 times. Tony Gwynn accounts for 7 of them. He had 19 straight seasons where he batted above .300. The only season he didn't was his rookie year. He finished his career with a .302 batting average with 2 strikes. Even better, in 1994, he hit close to 400 in 2 strike counts. 6 times in Padres history, a player has recorded 200 hits. 5 of them belong to Tony Gwynn. 45 times he recorded 4 hits in a game. Greg Maddux and Pedro Martinez faced him 138 times combined, and neither was able to strike him out. He is the only major leaguer to win 4 batting titles, each in 2 separate decades. Despite only having more than 90 RBIs in a season once, he had a career .349 average with runners in scoring position. 11 times in his career, he didn't strike out in 20 straight games. His longest streak without a strikeout was 39 straight games in 1995. And that's just the best stuff I could find. Before I end this, I'll ask you one question. Who is the best hitter in your lifetime? Let me know in the comments.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. It's going to be Daysbel Hernandez to try to get Mookie Betts out at the plate. Ohtani is at first with 2 outs. First pitch on the way, 97 inside. Spun Mookie around. That's a close shave. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a miss, slider. 1-1. 1-1 count. Hernandez trying to get us to the 8th inning with the 2-run lead. The 1-1 swung on and popped foul down the right field side, but out of play. 1-2. Standing on deck is Hernandez. Conforto in the hole. Braves 5, Dodgers 3. 1 on, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swing, lifts it into center field. Right center field, drifting over, making the catch. That's a fair ball. That means it's Fairchild with the catch. We'll be back in a flash. 8th inning we go. Harris, Ozzie, Ozuna. Let's get it, Braves Country.
Yes, it is. You can say crack up, but when you throw the hard R in there, that makes it racist. And I prefer saltine American. Unbelievable.
Morning, skinny dipping the way Benjamin Franklin intended it, baby. Oh, Ben Franklin knew that this is the subaquatic, patriotic, iconic tonic for the American spirit and the American soul, baby. There ain't no better way to start your day in the land of the free than the Benjamin Franklin way, okay?
What you doing today, girl?
Sometimes my business ain't your business.
Oh, okay.
So don't be asking me that, what I'm doing. Could I have my business to myself sometime?
Important wisdom from Alexander Hamilton. A nation which can prefer disgrace to danger is prepared for a master and deserves one.
Here are 10 things you didn't know about Lou Gehrig. Number 1, he was a very big baby, weighing almost 14 pounds at birth. Number 2, as a 17-year-old, he started to get national attention after he hit a grand slam completely out of Cubs Park, now known as Wrigley Field. Number 3, he once played summer professional baseball under the name Lou Lewis to avoid losing his collegiate sports eligibility. Number 4, except for his minor league games in Hartford, he played his entire baseball life, Sandlot High School, college, and professional, with teams based in New York. Number 5, he wore number 4 because he hit behind Babe Ruth, who batted third in the lineup. Number 6, despite being knocked unconscious after he was hit by a pitch above the right eye, he was still in the lineup the next day and able to continue his consecutive game streak. Number 7, Yankees general manager Ed Barrow once helped extend his streak by postponing a game as a rainout on a day when he was sick with the flu, even though it wasn't raining. Number 8, he once threw a punch at Ty Cobb after a game. He fanned on the haymaker and landed on his head on the hard concrete floor and temporarily knocked himself out. Number 9, he was the first athlete to appear on a Wheaties box when he appeared on the back of the box in 1934. Number 10, June 2nd is not only the date he joined the Yankees starting lineup, it is also the date he passed away in 1941 at the age of 37.
Braves country baseball. Welcome back. Atlanta Braves lead this one by just 2. We go to the 8th inning. Michael Harris, who went yard the other night, stands in to face Jack Dreyer, the left-hander. Harris batting just .167 on the year. See what he can do here. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. 86 up top. Misses high. Called for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Rocks and fires. Swing. Chops it over to second. Easy play. Edman to Kike. One away. Harris just isn't hitting the ball well. I don't know. Unless Eli's injured, I think he could have used that night off. I get the allure of getting his bat into the game, but you don't really lose a whole lot defensively with Eli White out in the outfield. Sometimes a guy just needs a night off to kind of see the game differently. First pitch on the way to Ozzie is inside, just misses. 1-0. The 1-0, lefty-righty, pitch on the way, swing, lifts it into center field, lazy fly ball, easy catch. Paez, 2 down. 2 down. I think the biggest question we have tonight is how early is too early to go get eyeglasses? We've got the day off tomorrow. It would be really tempting to go use them for 2 innings. I just don't know this early in the season if that's the wise move. First pitch on the way to Ozuna is inside. For a strike, it's 0-1. Braves still have plenty of options on the bench in the bullpen. Just thinking on different scenarios if they were to get in trouble in the 8th. The 0-1. Slice foul, 0-2. Marcell Ozuna 0 for 1, but he's walked 3 times. He scored a run. Still like to see him get on the board with the base hit. The 0-2. Kicks and fires, misses high, 1-2. 4-seam fastball at the top of the zone. Braves are off tomorrow, mercifully. Then we head home to face the Marlins. The 1-2, swing, chops it over to short. Mookie has it, fires it across the diamond, and he'll just get Ozuna by about a step or so, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Hernandez to lead us off, the Teoscar kind, when we come back.
What country has the most beautiful men?
Ireland.
Well, the country
There we
with
are.
allegedly the ugliest men is Ireland.
You're I will not have this propaganda on the internet. Irish men are the most beautiful men. Our porcelain skin, a little bit of blush in the cheeks. Irish men have such distinctive heads that if I'm in a foreign country, I can spot another Irishman from over a kilometre away. Actually, Irish men have a very mature look. We look like we're 52 when we're 12. He goes on in this video to say that French men are some of the most beautiful men. I need to have a sit down.
And stop at the butcher. I'll pick up a couple of ducks and make my justly celebrated duck à l'orange. Washed down with a winsome yet robust Chambertin.
And I'll bring a quart of whiskey in case of snake bite.
There are no snakes up there.
All right, I'll bring a snake.
When I think great pitcher who struck fear in the hearts of hitters, he got better with age, winning 239 of his 303 games after turning 30 years old. His 6 300 strikeout seasons are tied with Nolan Ryan for the most ever. His 4,875 career strikeouts are 739 more than the next closest left-hander on the list. His 10.6 strikeouts per nine mark is the highest in Major League Baseball history for any pitcher with at least 1,000 innings pitched. Among pitchers in the 300 win club, his 646 career win percentage is 5th best. He is one of only 5 pitchers to pitch a no-hitter in both leagues. He remains the oldest pitcher to throw a perfect game when he accomplished the feat at age 40. His 160 pitches in 1992 is a pitch count that has not been reached in a Major League Baseball game since. He finished 7th in National League Cy Young voting in 1998 despite pitching only 2 months in the league. Only Roger Clemens has more Cy Young awards than Johnson. Randy won 4 straight from 1999 to 2002. In 12 at-bats, Tony Gwynn only managed 1 hit and struck out 4 times against him. Where does Randy Johnson rank on your list for all-time greatest pitchers? Or even better, is he the best left-handed pitcher of all time?
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Bottom of the 8th we go. Hernandez versus Hernandez. Daysbull versus Teoscar. It'll be the right-handed batter Teoscar, then a lefty with Conforto, and then another righty with Will Smith. First pitch on the way, swung on, lifted, into right field, coming in, making the catch is Fairchild, and away. One down. In a perfect world, as Eyeglasses is warming up already, we won't have to go grab him until the 9th inning. Daysbull's just got to get it done. Braves 5, Dodgers 3. Here's the pitch. 97, misses outside wide. 1-0. Looking at what the Braves have left in their bullpen is the 1-0. Slider right there. The knees. Outer cut. 1-1. Aaron Bummer, of course, Iglesias, Suarez, and Thompson. 1-1 misses outside. 2-1. Two-one count. Daysbull brings it. 96 misses well out of the zone. 3-1. Kranitz is on the phone. The 3-1 pitch, swing, lifted into right field, drifting over, and ball's going to drop right in front of Fairchild. Just out of his reach. Conforto reaches the one-out single. Just kind of fisted it over there into right field, and Fairchild was playing more towards the right center line, couldn't get over there. Will Smith, the batter, first pitch on the way, 89 up top. Slider misses high, it's 1-0. You got to figure Iglesias is pretty much ready. He's just kind of tossing over there. The 1-0. High and out of the zone, 2-0. Tromp's going to go out there and talk to Hernandez, trying to settle him down a little bit. Braves 5, Dodgers 3. And that's it. They're going to go get eyeglasses. Here comes Snit and raises his left hands, but he's pointing towards the right-hander, heading to the bullpen. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
I woke up this morning filled with rage. My 3-year-old decided that she didn't want to wake me up this morning and went up and got herself a yogurt out of the refrigerator. Right now you're probably thinking to yourself, but she's displaying self-sufficiency and wants to be independent. What's the problem with that? I'll tell you what the problem is. She couldn't open it, and her only solution was to act like a monkey and start banging it against the wall until yogurt erupted all over the place. Then she turned that messy situation into an artistic opportunity, and that's when I walked in. By this point, I was prairie dogging my early morning poop, and it's no surprise that when I walked in, I my pants when I saw a Yo Play Van Gogh displayed all over my wall. A fresh pair of pants, a whole roll of paper towels, and a huge chunk of my sanity later, I go to my room to decompress. A few minutes go by and I'm feeling better. I'm feeling good. So I walk into the living room so I can give her a hug, and the little had another yogurt.
June 1st, James Lawrence immortalized himself in U.S. Navy history in 1813 with the words, "Don't give up the ship." Lawrence was an unruly youth growing up in New Jersey when he joined the Navy at 17. He quickly saw action against the Barbary pirates, and by the War of 1812 commanded the USS Hornet to victory over the HMS Peacock. He was promoted to captain and given one of the storied original 6 frigates of the Navy, the USS Chesapeake. For the first year of the war, the U.S. had won all 5 major naval engagements against the British. Veteran British Captain Broke was looking to halt the winning streak when he sailed HMS Shannon and her experienced crew right into the mouth of Boston Harbor, daring Lawrence to come out and, quote, "try the fortunes of our respective flags." Considering the Chesapeake's crew was raw and untrained, Lawrence should have said no. He didn't. Mortally wounded at the outset, Lawrence gave the famous order, and the Chesapeake fought until every U.S. officer was killed or wounded. The battle lasted only 10 minutes, but the Navy had a new motto. 3 months later, Oliver Hazard Perry would have "Don't give up the ship" stitched to his flag as he won the all-important Battle of Lake Erie.
Welcome back. No one said it was going to be easy. Brazil Iglesias on to try to get the final 5 outs. Standing at the plate is Will Smith. First pitch on the way. Slider misses high. 3-0. The 3-0. 4-seam fastball up top, 3-1. My feed just came back on, so I guess I missed the first 2 pitches. My apologies. I don't know if y'all had the same thing, but mine went blank. The 3-1. Inside ball 4. And Smith will head on down to first. So runners on first and second, 1 out. And Tommy Edman will be the batter. Not a whole lot else Snicker could do here, to be honest, because Daysville obviously didn't have it. And you look at what the Braves have left in their bullpen. Is the first pitch on the way. Swing and a miss changeup. It's 0-1. If you take the starters out of the mix, and obviously they wouldn't be eligible. The 0-1 swung on, chops it over to first. Olson's going to step on the bag. It's going to be a G3 in your scorecard, but the tying runs go to second and third. So a very productive out by Edman, even though he won't get credit for it. Now Max Muncy comes to the plate. Do you pitch to Max? First pitch on the way. Change up on the outer cut. It's 1-0. Kike Hernandez is on deck. 1-0. Swung on and slapped back foul, 1-1. Went for that changeup that was just off the plate. 1-1 count. Braves infield is back and to the right. So Austin Riley's pretty much by his lonesome over there on the left-hand side. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, 94. Right down the pipe, 1-2. Iglesias and the Braves one strike away from getting out of this jam, but the tying runs, second and third. The game right now is at the plate. Here's the pitch. Swing, pops it up, foul, bends back out of play into the stands. No chance at that one. We'll do it again, 1-2. The 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swing, lifts it into right field, right center. That's going to tie the game. Harris cuts it off, fires it back into the infield, and Muncy has a 2-out RBI double, and the game is tied 5-5. Just let them hang around and hang around. He tried to go to the outside again, but that one just got a little bit too much of the plate, and Muncy was able to turn on it and get it to the outfield. And now the go-ahead run, which would represent the winning run, here in the 8th inning, stands on second. The first pitch on the way to Kike Hernandez is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. I wondered if they may pitch around Muncy to get to Hernandez, but he blasts one. If that ball's fair, that ball's gone. And that ball is just turns foul. Just took a left turn at Albuquerque. That was a boom shot that just missed. Man, oh man alive. Whew. The 1-1. Eyeglasses brings it, swung on, change up, bang foul. It's 1-2. One-two count. Iglesias. Here's the pitch. Swing, chops it towards third, but foul. If he does get out of this inning, I don't know if we'd see him out for the 9th unless the Braves get the lead. You're typically not going to do that with your closer, especially if you can't get out of this inning anytime soon. He's already at 14 pitches. We've seen him go 25 plus before last year. The 1-2 swing, chops it foul. Really just comes down to the mindset of what they have planned depending on what the score is heading to the bottom of the 9th. If there's a bottom of the 9th, we got to get Hernandez here. The 1-2. Iglesias comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing, pops it up. Will it stay in play? Trump gives chase in foul territory, and did he make the catch? He did not. Goes off his glove up against the netting. You know, something you don't see the Trump do much, and a lot of catchers don't do anymore. They used to, as soon as the ball would get popped up, they would kick their mask off so they could get a better see of it, and he just leaves it on. But I'm not getting on him personally. There's a lot of catchers that do that now. I guess maybe that new mask, it's just almost impossible to get it off in time, but it's really odd. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the inning. So the Braves still have a chance, but we got to the 9th inning, the middle of the order. Riley and Olsen and Kelnick due up.
What do you hear about the $1.50 slices?
I'm gluten-free. I have nothing to say, so.
What a f***ing nightmare.
December 28th, Woodrow Wilson was born in 1856. The 28th president of the U.S., his progressive ideas came at a huge cost to our constitutional republic. Wilson advocated for a transformative view of government. He believed government must grow and adapt to regulate new economic realities and promote social justice. Thus, the Constitution should be viewed as a living document that evolves over time. Wilson believed that the framers' emphasis on natural rights and limited government was suited to an earlier era, but insufficient for dealing with the complexities of modern industrial society. This led to significant shifts in the role of the federal government, including expanded regulatory powers and laying the groundwork for an administrative nanny state, fundamentally changing the relationship between citizens and their government.
The good news about erectile dysfunction is that it can be cured with diet and exercise. The hard part is getting your wife to diet and exercise.
Yep, I thought I wanted a family, but I love having no responsibilities here. I can get drunk whenever, sleep with anyone, and just hide in my house and avoid the world if I feel like it.
Wow, that's great. And totally doesn't sound like symptoms of clinical depression.
You could probably come up with a lot of reasons why St. Louis is known as such a great baseball town. But at the center, without a doubt, are all the great teams and all the great players who've come through the city. All of them, in a way, timeless. All of them very much products of their own eras, too. But in the 80s, there was a group of players led by a manager who even now all stand out for being a little different than all the others. You just don't see baseball played the way the 1980s Cardinals played the game anymore. Imagine a team today finishing at the bottom of the league in home runs, stealing at least 200 bases total along the way, and then winning the pennant. Crazy, right? Well, the Cardinals did that 3 times in the 80s, and it won't surprise you, it hasn't happened since.
Welcome back. Austin Riley will lead us off. Dreyer back out there. First pitch on the way. Balloon curveball high and out of the zone. 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. The 1-0. Swing, pops it up. Drifting back is Smith. Out of play. 1-1. Smith instantly took the mask off like you used to see most catchers, but he doesn't have the same type of... Trump wears one of those hockey-style masks, and I just wonder if that's the issue. But you do wonder if he would have made that play if he didn't have the bars blocking his view. The 1-1 misses high, 2-1. We end up getting out of the inning, but it's just an observation because I've seen him do that quite a bit in the spring. And I just think it's odd that you don't want to kick that mask out of the way. The 2-1, swing, slider, pops it back over the first base side, bounces off the top of the first base roof and into the crowd. 2-2. Two-two count. Here's the pitch. High and out of the zone, goes to the backstop. You almost wish Riley had swung at that so he could run to first. That ball was nowhere near the zone. I'd say they're leaving Dreyer in specifically to face Olson. The payoff pitch. Swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. Braves 5, Dodgers 5. You're just joining us. Braves jumped out to a 5-0 lead by the middle of the second inning, and the Dodgers have crawled back into it. The payoff pitch, swing, rips it over to third. Hard one hopper to Muncy. Muncy makes the play, 5-3 put out, went away. Dodgers bullpen pretty stacked, and I would say fairly well rested. Of course, I'm sure there's one or two that they won't use tonight. That's usually how you go into a game. First pitch on the way to Olson is a slider right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1, lefty. Kicks and fires, swing, chops it over to first. It is a fair ball, and Hernandez will step on the bag. Quickly 2 away. Two down. Dodgers, one of 2 undefeated teams left in Major League Baseball, and not coincidentally, the Braves have faced them both. Dodgers and Padres. First pitch on the way, swung on, sliced down the left field line, just out of play. It's 0-1. Kid Kelnick, the batter. Dodgers are 7-0, Padres are 7-0. So if the Dodgers were to come back and win this, they'd be a half game in front of the Friars. The 0-1. Infield back into the left. Brings it. 92. Outside wide. One count. Swing. Slices it back foul. 1-2. And 1-2. Brings it. In the dirt, 2-2. Braves will have to face the top of the Dodger order. Paez, then Ohtani and Betts in the 9th inning. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 93 blew it right by him. That'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Paez, Ohtani, and Betts due up for the Dodgers.
Hey guys, what do you call 2 monkeys that share an Amazon account? Prime mates. I'll stay outside.
Charles Darwin was just 22 years old, clean-shaven, with a father who said he wouldn't amount to much when, December 27th, he set sail on HMS Beagle in 1831. Darwin became interested in natural science, leading to his position aboard the Beagle as a naturalist. The ship's mission was to survey the coasts of South America, setting up timekeeping stations. Over the nearly 5-year journey, Darwin went ashore as often as he could, recording observations, collecting specimens, and taking copious notes. In the Galapagos Islands, he noticed subtle differences among species of finches and tortoises on different islands, sparking ideas about adaptation and natural selection. Upon his return to England, aware of the controversy his ideas might ignite, Darwin only published works on geology. However, years later, when another naturalist, Alfred Russel Wallace, was going to present his own theory of evolution, Darwin, having all the notes and evidence, presented with him and finally published On the Origin of Species in 1859, setting up the debate between evolution and creationism that rages to this day.
Sometimes I'd like to make new friends, but then I realize anybody I have anything in common with probably also doesn't enjoy leaving their house, so I'll just stay on my phone.
The way the Cardinals played in the 80s came to be known as Whitey Ball, after their manager, Whitey Herzog. The approach actually had its roots in Herzog's 1970s Royals teams, who won 3 straight division titles late in the decade. But despite that success, after his 4th season in Kansas City, Whitey had a sense his days were numbered.
I knew the first time that I didn't win a division or get into playoffs, I'd be gone. 79, we finished 3 games out. I set an all-time attendance record, and I went hunting with George Brett on Monday, and he said, "What do you think is going to happen?" I said, "Well, I got a 10 o'clock in the morning, I got an appointment at the ballpark." I said, "I'm going to get fired." So I got fired.
You're home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Glacius is going to come back out, and try to go another inning. In perfect world, he gets a really quick inning, and the Braves take it 2 extras. First pitch on the way, 95 right there on the black. It's 0-1. Paez, the batter. The 0-1. Swing. Slider. Bang foul into the night. 0-2. Paez is 0 for 3 with the hit by pitch. The 0-2. Just misses. 1-2. 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the fastball up top. High cheese. 1 away. Second strikeout of the night for Iglesias. And now this is what everybody comes to watch. Shohei Ohtani versus Raisel Iglesias. Game on the line. Bottom of the ninth. Mano y mano. First pitch on the way. Swung on and blasted high and deep. Drifting back on the track and over the leaping Michael Harris. And are you kidding me? That's the way it ends. Raisel Iglesias goes off the mound. And the Braves lose another one. This one in heartbreak fashion. 6-5. It's mobbed at home plate. The Dodgers go 8-0. Braves 0-7. It just keeps getting worse and worse. We'll have a chance to right the ship when we go home this weekend. I'm actually in shock that we played as well as we did against Blake Snell with Elder on the mound. It just would have been nice for us to get some runs when we had a chance to kind of put more of a cushion. He was sitting on that on the outer cut. And Ohtani, who normally waits to see a pitch, was sitting dead red. He must have had the Dodgers on the run line. If you know, you know. All right, we'll see you Friday night. I think we can all use a break from this. My God, Braves country. Keep your chin up. Long season. And this team's good enough to make the playoffs. It's just a rough start. It's hard to see it now. We got Schwellenbach on the bump on Friday, and we got the Miami Marlins coming in. And it's opening night at Truist Park. Have a great night, Braves country. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner, As he stepped into his place, there was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.